Somebody named themselves Jordy's curved thumb. Stupid.
Experience BPD things almost daily.
Shut up about BPD. Shut up.
Come on, like the stream for my curved thumb. Okay, all right, good. Thank you, dainty girl.
Hey guys, welcome to a new video. So this series is called Let's Talk. I have done this before years ago. It's definitely just a series where I can communicate and correspond with you guys. So unfortunately, my channel has thrived, but also died on a lot of speculation, and I want to change that. I want to use my voice in situations where I normally wouldn't, and I want to continue using my voice in situations where I already have. This is just a place for you guys to get to know me more, maybe in areas that you never would have.
Why does she have the sunglasses on again? Oh, because she's so on the go. I forgot. Springtime is on the go, Lynn.
A place for me to be accountable, to clarify and deny, and just an overall correspondence between you and me every single week. So the reason I want to do this is because there's always questions, rumors, speculation, just things that people are, for the lack of a better word, obsessively asking me about. And it kind of goes in cycles where it's like, there's like 5 huge things that people are talking about ad nauseum. And I think this is a good opportunity. Maybe I can answer those 5 things or whatever it may be. But regardless.
Well, I like that she's doing it on camera and not behind Instagram stories, because I'm always encouraging her to come on camera and address drama.
Cam the fuck up, #1.
I wish she would do it in live stream format, because I mean, she can say whatever she wants and she can edit it whatever way she wants when she does a pre-recorded video, but hey.
I feel like my channel is very parasocial, let's be real. And there's always some sort of speculation or always some sort of topic that people are like, Amberlynn, why won't you talk about this? So this is gonna give me the opportunity to do so, if you guys bring it up, of course. So I have structured the series into a special format and I'm really, really excited. So the first section is always going to start with sweet and sour. So sweet and sour chicken is gonna be a random comment generator from the Let's Talk prior. So obviously, since this is episode 1, we're having to skip that part. But I came up with sweet and sour chicken because you never know what kind of comment is going to pop up. Can it be a sweet comment or can it be a sour comment? Using a random comment generator is going to give me a wide...
Well, I mean, if you look at Amberlynn'S comments, I mean, she's going to have to click randomize quite a few times to find one. Randomize quite a few times to find a sweet one.
A variety of comments instead of just like going based off of like the top ones where I pick and choose, etc, etc. So this next section I'm calling Sippin' Community. I know, I'm very clever. Y'all think I'm like some like dumb like person. Thank you. So this is where I read from the community tab that I will be posting every single Monday. So it gets time for the questions and anything that you guys need me to speak about for them all to just fall under that community tab. And then after Sippin' Community, we're going to be doing the Linterview. Yes, I know, more cleverness from your girl. And I am dumb. So the Linterview is where you guys are actually in
the Linterview, when Beck picked lint off of her.
interviewing me with your voice. Yes. So I told everyone over on my Instagram, real reaction. I am very nervous. So if you guys want to go to my Instagram for next week, literally go to my Instagram at hectic.amby.
If you're not blocked, I would imagine that most of us are blocked at this point.
Yeah.
I mean, if honestly, if you still have like your primary Instagram that follows Amberlynn and you're not blocked at this point, I mean, that's pretty substantial.
Send me a microphone. I'm going to send you a smiley face emoji back, and then you can send me a voice memo because Instagram has it to where you can only send me a voice memo if I accept your first message request. So anyways, after the Linterview, the next section is called Tea or Tail. So what this is going to be is I am going to clarify rumors that I have heard through the grapevine, and I'm going to tell you.
She's going to say everything is made up. I can already tell the tea or tail segment is just going to be her saying, no, that's not true. That's not true. And then if she does admit to something, it's going to be stupid that we didn't even need her to admit to.
Yeah, that's real. Or no, that's actually not true. And then the last section is going to be bad choices. And I just remembered I forgot to actually bring the cards over here. So I need to go get those. I will be right back. Okay, I'm back. So bad choices is just a bunch of really hecticonic questions. So I'm going to be choosing 5 of those.
Oh, it's like some Cards Against Humanities thing. What is this? What is this bowl? This is odd. Miss Ski reads, thank
So I know this introduction.
So Plantro, thank you. I got my oil change today. Seems like Pookie needs to do the same. But Thank you so much.
And answering them. So I know this introduction was super long. We will not be doing that in the future videos. I just kind of wanted to talk about what the series is about. So let's get into it. Okay, sadly, we are skipping over sweet and sour because I can't do it. And we're going to go straight to sip and community.
Boy.
Have you considered that your refusal to do inpatient treatment could be linked to a drug addict's refusal to do rehab? No, because I actually think doing inpatient would be fun. I know a lot of people are going to be like, fun, that's really the adjective you're going to use for that. The only reason why I choose not to do inpatient is because it is extremely expensive and I have a job. Not only do I have a job.
Bullshit. This is all bullshit. It is extremely expensive. Amberlynn, you make a lot of money. You've made a lot of money.
Yes, I did. Yes, I did.
If you were smart with your money and you put some of it away or invested it or whatever you did, you should be able to take some time off and get this done for your health. It's saving your life at this point. And this whole like, I have to work, I have to do a job thing. I mean, find an inpatient program that allows you to have your phone, that allows you to vlog while you're there. Or make a bunch of pre-recorded content, schedule it to go live throughout the months that you'll be gone, and then you'll still have an income on top of the legacy views, on top of the memberships. You can still have an income even though you're not really around filming or live streaming or anything like that. This is all bullshit. The only thing that's going to save her life at this point is inpatient. Every day that she does not spend in an inpatient clinic is a day closer to an early series finale.
I have to do to keep the roof over my head, the electricity running, and the food in my fur baby's stomach. But I have fur babies that need to be taken care of. I know the eyes could be...
Yeah, the mom would watch them, though. The mom would watch them. The mom that feels perpetually guilty about why the way you are that you are would watch them.
Dot and the T's could be crossed. Like, my mom could probably watch my fur babies, but, like, it's the job thing for me. If I was to be able to go into inpatient...
Yeah, exactly. Teardrop. And I mean, I already said I would adopt Twinkie. I can't do Wasabi because I'm allergic to cats, but I would do Twinkie.
And be able to vlog my whole experience and upload, still make an income so I can still pay my bills, then I would do it. Why is it okay for you to make assumptions about ZM's mental health, but when your audience does it, it's mental health shaming? So I've never really made an assumption about his mental health.
But it's just really weird to me that when I take weeks off, all of a sudden, Zachary Michael is going through mental health problems.
Months and months ago when I said, whoa, what a quinky dink. Zachary Michael's mental health gets bad when I take a break from YouTube. I think that was my way of just being like, okay, if you can dish it, I expect you're going to be able to take it.
What?
There have been times where he has mocked me about my mental health or a heartbreak, a relationship. You're a lie. Just some way that I was feeling. I have felt mocked. I have felt hurt. I'm allowed to feel that way. And in my brain, I was like, okay, he's been doing this for years. Now it's my turn. Have you traveled the world since breaking up with Beck? No, but
I thought that you're always like bigger person Lynn.
No.
I thought that you don't like to stoop to other people's levels. Well, Zachary Michael is such a horrible person and he's always doing this to me and he makes me feel a certain kind of way. And you know what? I realized it's my turn. Oh, I thought that you were the bigger person. I thought that you were like nice, congenial Lynn. No, you're not that person? Oh, I'm shocked.
I have traveled. I have went to Oklahoma. I've went to Wisconsin. I've went to Tennessee.
Traveled. Shipping cargo freight across the country to be wiped is not traveling.
I've went to Michigan. And
the destinations that she had featured on her channel during all of those travels were like miscellaneous gas stations for her to get out and oh my god. You know what I just thought of? About the whole thing about like not going into public because like they were afraid of having to wipe Amberlynn or like Amberlynn be seen with Beck in the same stall or something like that. You know what I'm thinking is like all those gas stations that they had to stop at on the way that Amberlynn could relieve herself. It's like, did the mom have to go in with her?
Most of the time.
Oh my. And then I wonder, it's like, how long until Emily started to have to play nurse at work and at home? Oh boy.
I forgot to say, I've been to Illinois since then. Chicago, hello, a Billie Eilish concert. and I've done things that I wouldn't have. So based on your physical health and your track record for change, what do you estimate your life expectancy to be, and what will you do with that time? So this is kind of like gruesome, but based on how I feel and the things that I go through, probably somewhere in my 50s, and I feel like early 50s. I don't know why. Like, that's when my grandma died. Actually, it was when she was 51. But like the number 53 keeps popping in my head, and slightly.
What a weird question to ask. I mean, to answer. This is such a strange thing for her to say. Amberlynn, when do you think that you're gonna pass? I mean, based on being 500 pounds and based on, you know, never making any progress, like when do you, I feel like in my heart of hearts, it would be kind of like a vibe type deal if I were to pass when I was like 50, early 50s, like that would kind of be T. Yeah, 50, like 51 maybe, like what a weird fucking answer.
54. That's a very gruesome question. And what will I do with that time? It depends. Like, am I trying to better myself? No. Whether that be,
she's going to do the same thing she's always done. She's going to continue to order a DoorDash and Uber Eats. She's going to get her groceries delivered. She's going to go to bingo with her mom. And she's going to look for new girlfriends online. That's exactly what's going to happen.
physically, emotionally, mentally, etc., which is where I'm at right now? Or am I just going to just flop like a fish and not care about anything? I want to say it's this over here. So by doing this over here, that means I might see my 60s. I think regardless of which one I choose, I'll never see my 70s, and that's kind of a sad reality. How does it feel knowing you've been stuck? How does it feel knowing you've been stuck in?
Oh my god. I'm not gonna make it into my 70s. I've already done too much damage. I mean, dealing with the cancer diagnosis on top of Beck's mom passing away. You just didn't give a fuck about me. Like, oh my god.
In a time loop for the last decade, when your watchers have graduated college with masters, gotten married, etc. The world is evolving around you, yet you haven't changed a thing. So first of all, to those who have graduated college with masters, hell yeah, props to ya. But I do want to say everyone's timeline is completely different. Some people get married when they're 18, some people get married when they're freaking 62. You know, more people than you think have very routine, boring, everyday lives. Like, they get up, they shower, they have their breakfast, they head to work, they come home, they have dinner, they relax, and that's that. Like,
no, relatable, Lynn.
a lot of people do have that life, and I think that we just need to be grateful to be alive regardless. Just because someone is married versus someone who isn't, that doesn't make one of them better than the other, versus someone graduated with masters versus some.
Well, it's not so much that you haven't, it's that you can't. It's that you can't. Like, if you wanted to do those things, you couldn't. Like, if you wanted to walk down the aisle, you couldn't. If you wanted to go to school, you couldn't. Like, I think what they meant by that question about your viewers growing up and having their lives going on, but yours staying exactly the same, is kind of like a call to action. It's like, well, girl, when are you going to get it together? I mean, everybody else's life is going on. Everybody's getting married. Everybody's having kids. I mean, you're still on that fucking couch. But I don't know. Amberlynn's kind of doing a kumbaya answer here of, well, everyone has different timelines. Some people get married at 18. Some people get married later in life. You know, it's just all like, that's not really your situation. It's more about the can't versus the won't.
Someone who didn't, it doesn't make one of them better than the other. I have my accomplishments. I have things in my life that make me extremely happy, but this is
What are your accomplishments? I would really, I mean, other than her YouTube channel, what are her accomplishments in life? I have things that make me happy. Like what? The DoorDash people? Bingo? You can't convince me that a almost housebound 500-pound person that has every meal brought to them is happy.
my life and my routine. I've been stuck in a time loop when it comes to my weight. I will admit that. But when it comes to like growing and bettering myself, I have not been stuck in a loop. 10 years ago, I could not have.
I disagree with that. Every time you try to do therapy, every time that you try to, it's always some song and dance as to why you have to quit.
Now do the veggie dance.
It's always some song and dance as to why it's not working.
Yum yum, eat 'em up. Yum yum, eat 'em up.
Always some song and I don't think that you've made much progress on your trauma or figuring out why the way that you are. I think that you've gone in a circle with that immensely over the years. I don't think that she's really grown mentally, psychologically. I mean, really, the only growth that's occurred is physically.
Have ever imagined myself not only being single, but living by myself. That would have never happened. 10 years ago, I could not imagine myself making amazing money, using my own debit card, being able to not only take care of myself, but my fur babies, having a roof over my...
You're not taking care of yourself, though. I mean, as far as we know, I mean, the mom, I mean, yeah, you're technically living independently, but I mean, how much does that mom do for you? I mean, you're having all your groceries brought to you. You don't drive. I mean, you are at the mercy of your mom in a lot of regards. I don't know if I would call that like thriving. But I mean, even past these 10 years, I mean, we saw the way that you lived with Beck. I mean, you can't say that that was living independently. Yeah, you have been making good money and everything, but I mean, at what cost? At what cost?
My head. If I want it, I buy it. If I need it, I buy it. I never imagined having that type of life. Yes, I suffered with BPD 10 years ago and I still do to this day, but 10 years ago, it was way worse. In that, I never imagined being able to be by myself and enjoying alone time because I was always so, oh my God, I need my partner. And like, I can't be alone ever, not even for 5 minutes. And now I'm alone for days and days at a time and I'm...
Yeah, but that's not because you chose to make that decision. That's because you had to make that decision. Jade left you. Exactly, Teardrop. You didn't stay. The only reason that you moved apartments and you went through that massive move, like 5-6 states away from Kentucky to Oklahoma, the only reason you did that is because you had to. You had to go to Oklahoma because you need someone nearby that can help you, that can drive you around, that can take you to appointments. In Kentucky, you wouldn't have had anyone. So, I mean, this whole thing about like, well, I'm thriving, I'm doing well on my own. I never would have thought that I would have made my own money and 7 rings. I won it. I got it. Like this isn't, there's a big difference in between wanting to do it on your own and having to do it on your own. And really, that's kind of the only thing that's ever made Amberlynn grow is that forced change.
Okay, so you might see it as a loop. I don't. You know your comment section is public, right? Why lie about getting so much support? We can all see what people are saying to you, Amber. So I get a lot
Instagram DMs.
Of private support, which I completely understand because when someone supports me publicly, they get actually bashed and attacked, and it's really sad. For some reason, the haters cannot accept that there are people who actually like me and enjoy my content, and they can't accept a different opinion than theirs. So I get hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of DMs weekly of people who are very, very supportive. And I appreciate those messages because...
Well, I mean, you know, like that woman from Dance Mom said, you're entitled to your wrong opinion.
They can't do that publicly. So when I say thank you for the support, I genuinely mean it because the people who message me on Instagram are also watching my videos and these videos are also for them. All right, so this is the last one. Bah ha 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 ha. You are literally deleting comments. I was reading one in the middle of it. Poof, it was gone and it's nowhere to be seen. So I didn't delete any comments on the community tab because I wanted to go into it completely raw. YouTube actually has a section where they automatically do it themselves. If something is a little too hecticana, for the lack of a better word, it goes into a completely different section and I have to approve the comment, but I never look at those. So you're never gonna see that comment again. All right, so the next section is the Linterview.
The Linterview.
I am so nervous. All right, let me get to my Instagram. I am beyond nervous. Okay.
Echo Chamberlain. Well, they don't leave positive comments because anytime that they do, they get attacked. And my viewers should not have to deal with that. My supporters should not have to deal with that.
Take a deep breath. It's gonna be fine. All right, here we go.
If you didn't have the obstacles that you have in your life, I'm thinking specifically about your weight or maybe some of the trauma-related obstacles, what different twists and turns do you think your life would have taken? Let's imagine you didn't do YouTube and you didn't have childhood trauma and you didn't have your weight standing in your way. Where would you see yourself now?
Okay, so if I didn't have childhood trauma and I didn't have these weight issues, where do I see myself now? honestly probably like in LA. I'm not gonna lie. I don't really know what I'd be doing for a job or anything like that. Like, I don't like to hype myself up too hard, but I feel like I would be
in LA. I'd be living in LA. Like, what?
attractive person if I was thin. I mean, I think I'm pretty now. I mean, sometimes I feel super ugly, but my mom like is gorgeous. She was super gorgeous when she was younger. And I know without all my extra, I would look very, very different. And I think I would really be successful in LA. I don't really know what I would be doing, but I think.
Why Los Angeles? This is so weird. She thinks that she's going to be like an actress or a singer or something in LA. I know. I would have been, had I not had all my childhood trauma, I'd be skinny in LA. Oh my God. It's giving 2010s Kylie Jenner. She'd be driving around her G-Wagon around Calabasas.
I think I would be thriving. I have a feeling I would be thriving for sure. And I know a lot of people are gonna be like, Amberlynn, why did you bring up like what you would look like? It's because sadly society is shallow, and I feel like people who are more attractive, they get further in life and they're treated better, etc. Okay, let's do another.
Okay, so you know how there's the butterfly effect theory of how like one insignificant moment in your life could change the course of the rest of your life?
Yes.
Do you know, or can you pinpoint like what significant or insignificant moment or event happened in your life that if you could, you would go back and change and maybe speculate how it could have changed the course of the rest of your life?
So I do have one particular moment in my head, and I don't know what ways that it would have changed my life. Obviously for the better, it would definitely be interesting to see. But like, I have gone through so many things, so many.
If she talks about the string from the blinds that was around the brother's neck, if she says that,
like isolated, separate, traumatic events to where I was gonna come out effed up regardless. But
these are all stupid hypothetical questions. I do wish that they would ask her concrete questions, not like what if, because I mean, you could play what if all day, but I just wish that but I mean, you got to remember, maybe people did send in concrete questions. Amberlynn's cherry picking the easy ones.
Pluck. But the first,
I also think it's funny that she decided to do a deep breath before answering them, knowing exactly what it says and what she's going to say.
thing that I think of, which trigger warning SA. So I'm just going to like say it, have something pop up right here. But when I was 7 by a cousin, and I feel like there's a lot of heaviness with that topic. Like, I feel like that probably did do some damage to my brain and just the way that I am, because I know a lot of people who experience SA, especially as a very, very young child, they end up with like a lot of issues. And I think about 600 Pound Life, where I relate so much to some of these people, because in the beginning of every episode, it's the same way. You know, it's the shower scene showing, you know, how much they eat at one time, which is definitely.
Oh my God. I used to, I mean, I still do, but I used to frequently compare her to 600 Pound Life, and she lost her shit on me one time. She's like, why are you comparing me to that TV show? Why are you comparing me, the 550-pound woman, to the people on 600 Pound Life? I think, I remember, I mean, I don't have the screenshot. I mean, this was a long time ago. And I mean, there's just so much media that in screenshots that go into Girl World. I don't have like everything. But I mean, it was something like, Jordy shouldn't be comparing me to that TV show. And now here she is comparing herself to that TV show. But what I will say, and what I have said in the past, is in a lot of those episodes, there was some type of child molestation that or something along the lines of that happened. There was always some type of significant traumatic event that happened to people in their childhood that caused them to go into this continual cycle of eating nonstop and getting gigantic. It's like almost like every single episode. It's like they always talk about something that happened in their childhood.
Exaggerated, but that's a different subject for a different time. But they always talk about, you know, their past and probably what made them the way they are. And a lot of people go through SA as a kid.
But I remember her yelling at me, or her getting pissy at me that I talked about 600 Pound Life when comparing her.
And
I just think it's hilarious now that she's comparing herself to it. But she's bitched me out for this before. You know, another thing, I mean, like, not that this is the same, but when I first started making Eugenia videos, I said that her style was very MySpace. And then she was like, oh yeah, there's people out there saying that my style is very MySpace, whatever that means. And now today, she like owns it. She thinks that that's fun. She's like, yeah, my style is like very MySpace. But like, you got mad at me for that. I don't know. Sometimes they get mad at me for shit. And then other times they're like, oh yeah, wait, he ate.
And end up really, really large. So I know that like I've gone through so many things in my life, but I feel like that was one of the first memories that I have as a young girl that was like very, very traumatic for me.
Hi Amber, thank you so much for accepting my request. I just wanted to ask you, if you could talk to yourself 10 years ago, what would you say and what advice would you give? And also, if you could see yourself 10 years...
See, like, are these all hypotheticals? Did I miss, like, when she introduced the Linterview? Are these all just hypotheticals as to, like, what if, what would you be doing? I mean, isn't this kind of pointless? It's like, if I had wheels, I'd be a wagon. But I don't, so I'm not. What would you say to yourself 10 years? Like, I don't know. I don't like these questions.
In the future, where would you like to be? And how do you see yourself? Again, thank you so much.
So 10 years ago, I was 34. So I, without a doubt, would tell myself, lose weight, girl. Like, you're going to get cancer in a few years, so you need to lose weight. You need to go to the gyno regularly. And you need to know...
Yeah, but, like, why are you not losing weight now? I mean, like, I could see her providing this response from, like, a skinnier point of view. Oh my God, if I could talk to myself when I was 24, I would have told myself to lose weight. But yet you're the same weight now at 34.
The YouTube game. So let me sit down, write down a bunch of notes.
So, I mean, why would you give your 24-year-old self that advice if you're not taking it now? Weird.
For you, and I'm going to teach you the YouTube game to where you can play the YouTube game, you can have fun with it, but you can also stop yourself from sharing certain things that you shouldn't share. And girl, you also have BPD, so go to therapy now. Like, there's just so many...
But she doesn't even go to therapy now. I mean, she might be enrolled in therapy right now, but I mean, as of a few months ago, Emily told us that she doesn't follow up with therapy. She doesn't stay in therapy. So she wants her 24-year-old self to do all of these things that her 34-year-old self never did and is currently not doing.
Things that I would tell myself. So if I could see myself in 10 years from now, I will be 44. I hope that obviously like I weigh a lot less. I hope that like my health has improved, my mental health. I can't even imagine myself in the 40s. Holy, that is weird. I hope that I'm married. I know that sounds crazy because I said I don't ever want to be in a relationship again, but fuck it. A decade from now, I hope that I'm married. I hope that I'm happy. I was about to say, I hope that I still have wasabi and Twinkie, but oh, okay, my heart just broke. Moving on. Okay, so this is the last one.
Maybe not because of old age and because of that back door.
Ready?
Do you think you'll ever do ASMR again? I'm not gonna lie, your old ASMR videos, especially the like candy bowl imaging one, has been a guilty pleasure of mine for like the past week. Sorry if this had to be weight related. That's just been living rent free in my brain.
Oh my God, I live for that question. You know how many people actually tell me that they like my ASMR videos? Like, it genuinely shocks me. I actually don't think that I will ever make like a separate ASMR video again. I think majority of people actually hate it, but a lot of people do like it, so I appreciate that. All right, now it is time for tea or tail. So
it's all gonna be tail. It's all gonna be tail. No, that's fake. That question sounded fake AF, or that answer sounded fake AF. I love your ASMR. I need you to send me a voice memo that says you like my ASMR. Mouse Mittens, thank you. Amberlynn had cancer, but it wasn't enough for her to change. Usually it would be a wake-up call, but not for our girl. Yeah, that's just it. I mean, like, even in this video we're watching right now, my 24-year-old self, oh my gosh, I would whip them into shape. I'd be like a drill sergeant. You need to go to therapy. You need to lose weight. You don't need to share all of your personal details on YouTube. You need, but like, you're making all of these bad decisions like you haven't learned. It's like, I don't know. Do as I say, not as I do.
So rumor number one is you cannot be diagnosed with BPD by a psychologist, let alone one that doesn't specialize in BPD.
This is so boring. Talk about like how you stole the dead mom's washcloths and rubbed your ass on them. Like, I don't want to hear about like T or tail, BPD psychology. Like, no. The only thing worse than something like this is when she gets out that little textbook she bought on Amazon and says, okay, chapter 2.
That is a tail. That is a big, big, big tail. So you can be diagnosed with BPD by a psychiatrist, psychologists, and by social workers. And they do not have to specialize in BPD in the same way, like if you're diagnosed with depression or you're...
Guys, I'm sorry. I don't care.
Pictures to Snapchat. That is all.
Amberlynn lied about when she posted her emergency room pictures to Snapchat.
Rumor number 2, Amberlynn lied about when she posted her ER pictures to Snapchat. That is also a tale. That is not true. So in my reaction to
See, I told you. Everything's going to be a lie. All right, so here's what people in the community are saying. It's fake. It's fake. It's fake. This is fake. They're all fake. They're all lying. They're all... That's all the T or tail is. I don't know. I don't know what I dislike more, Linterview or T or tail.
Salty crab, where I was talking about like so many people didn't believe I had cancer, so many people didn't believe that I was rushed to the ER and that I was gushing blood and blah blah blah. I mentioned the times where I posted my blood pictures on Snapchat, and I also mentioned where I literally showed medical confirmation, like my medical paperwork, in a YouTube video. And I jumbled all that nonsense together in the reaction, and I saw a couple people where they were just like, oh my god, Amberlynn's lying, like she didn't even post like those pictures until like May, but then it was like actually June where like she showed the medical stuff. And yes, that is true. So in the salty crab reaction, I said during that time, and I also said in the impulsive state of mind that I was in. So I'm talking about 2 different incidences, which is...
Oh my god, the amount of jump cuts in her videos drive me crazy. The amount of editing that she does. There's no way she could ever do something like this on live stream. No way.
The Snapchat photos, the medical paperwork, YouTube, that happened within...
I don't know. It's just so fake to me. It's so fake. Having to cut everything out and copy and paste it, saying exactly what you want to say. I mean, that's kind of why I like the live stream format. At least from like a reaction standpoint, because you guys aren't getting like edited me. I mean, yeah, it would maybe make for a better script and maybe I could make some of the jokes land better and everything. But I mean, you're getting exactly what I think without me having to do all of this like rehearsal. I hate these jump cuts. It's so annoying. It just comes across as so fake.
Different months, but it was the same head frame. So what made me post the Snapchat photos was people were like, Amberlynn, that's not true. You were not rushed to the ER gushing blood. And I was like, oh, yes, I was. Here's proof. And then me posting medical paperwork was because people were like, Amberlynn, you were never diagnosed. That's not true. And then I was like, well, here's proof. So both of those instances was just me not being able to regulate my emotions, me not being able to like ignore the shit. So instead it made my like impulse instinct, like it was gone. I had 0 impulse skills. Like I was just like, I'm gonna show this. I'm gonna show this. I couldn't regulate myself. But thankfully since then I have gotten better with that. Am I perfect? No. I think that's
She likes buzz terms. She likes like hot terminology. She likes to do that. To explain her way out of stuff, she likes to throw a vocab word or like a popular like glossary term at us. Emotional regulation has been something she's been using the past couple months recently. Well, no, I just like, I wasn't able to regulate my emotions correctly. And then it just led to emotional irregulation. And then that was a whole situation type deal that was hecticana. But yeah, like I just learned to regulate my I don't know. It's just mumbo jumbo to me.
the reason why I have stopped like demeaning myself in certain areas. People are like, let me see the BPD diagnosis. People are like, let me see proof that you have a kidney that's 6 millimeters big. And I'm like, no, like I have boundaries and I respect.
You mean a kidney stone? Or kidney?
respect my boundaries. In the past, no, because I was bad at regulating, still am, but better. And that's just like another way of like showing that I have improved as a person, because in the past, like crying hysterically while showing my medical records is crazy work. And like posting on Snapchat such gruesome photos is also crazy work. And that is something I would never do.
There are some crazy photos that she's... If you guys have ever seen those videos that those photos that she's posted on Snapchat, I mean, like, it's gore. It's like straight up gore. I've had both precancer and actual cancer. Precancerous cells are treatable and removable. I wouldn't have ever labeled the precancerous as cancerous to anyone. Later, my cancer was treated with surgery and chemotherapy, and I see my doctor once every 3 months. I wouldn't have ever labeled the precancerous as cancerous to anyone. Well, I guess what she's trying to say here is that they weren't precancerous. It had already progressed.
Now. Rumor number 3, which is the last rumor. Amberlynn uses a filter when live streaming from her laptop. That is also a tail. I'm literally...
No, I don't. No, like, that's all that this tea and tail shit is. That's all it is. And I'm telling you, if she ever does this segment again, and does like a, yes, that's actually true, what the people are saying about me is true, it's going to be something stupid. It's going to be like... Okay, so Amberlynn came on here and talked about three rumors that are going around the community. And she said, nope, false, lie. That's all I knew that this was going to be.
A boomer when it comes to anything like that. So the reason why it looks so different on my laptop versus on my phone is because the iPhone, I have the newest one, is literally crisp clear, as you guys can see. But my laptop literally sucks, as you guys can also see, because the internet's always shutting down and I'm always having to restart. You can literally tell that the webcam is super blurry. So it has nothing to do with a filter. I wouldn't even know how to put that on there. Literally, when I go live, I click on YouTube, I click go live, and that is literally the end of it. All right, now we're about to do bad choices. So by the time that this whole series is done, maybe I will have answered every single one of these questions. I'm just going to randomly choose 5 and let's get into it. Have you ever told a friend they were being cheated on? I'm having to think. I don't think I've ever had to do that, no. But my memory does suck because last night in my live stream, I couldn't even remember the fucking high school that I graduated from. It was crazy. All right, next one. In the past 30 days, have you sent or received a sext message? So in the last 30 days, no. Nope. Number 3.
I don't believe that. I don't believe that at all, because she and Emily were still in cahoots. I think that they were still having spicy FaceTimes and all that kind of stuff. I mean, I don't know. Can you count that as sexting? She's probably doing like the thing. It's like, well, technically I never did receive a photo of explicit images, but like she was like cybering on FaceTime. You know, it's like, well, technically.
So this is like an all play question. So obviously, it's just me. So I'm going to ask it as if it's just me. Could you go a month without masturbating? The answer is
like, why? Why? She just got done telling us how she doesn't share as much anymore. It's like, why do we talk about this stuff then?
probably no. I mean, if someone was like, don't masturbate for a month, like, I bet you, like, okay, I won't. But, like, why would I? Number 4, have you ever apologized after sex? I'm sure I have. I don't know what for, but probably something. All right, number 5, have you ever had a sexual partner who turned out to be gay? Well, I am gay, so that makes my partner gay. All right, so that is the end of the first episode of this series. I hope that you guys enjoyed it. Obviously, there are so many more voice memos, so many more things.
This was horrible. I mean, the format of this, I don't like this. It's pre-recorded mumbo jumbo of her trying to make herself look better. That's all that this is. These Les Talk videos. I mean, I'm just going to pick these apart every week.
Things we could talk about, but I don't want to make this video super long. There will be another community tab for you guys on Monday. If I missed your question, just repeat it. And as the time goes on, we'll see. Maybe some of this will be taken out. Maybe no one likes the link.
Oh, and then the thing where people sent in the voice memos, that was horrible too. Because I mean, she just cherry picks the easy ones. She cherry picked hypotheticals.
Interview, or maybe no one likes the tea or tail. I'm sure you guys do though. Maybe eventually I'll add something new or take something out. It just all depends. See what we all like and how.
Nah, this whole video was horrible. You guys would just take a second on YouTube, go ahead and press that thumbs up button. Look at my curved thumb. Come on, look at that.